Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. Man's ability to engage in physical combat featured prominently throughout the Paleolithic era. It was the physically strong and fit men that endured the harsh exposure to their environment that lived to pass on their genes. Modern times don't require such brutality, and so people neglect their physical strength and fitness for other fleeting pleasures such as video games, masturbation, and drugs. If these weak men existed in the Paleolithic era, they were quickly wiped out. Our ancestors evolved and thrived when they cultivated their physical strength and fitness, spending several hours a day foraging for food and grappling with beasts in the animal kingdom. Just because nature does not require us to be physically strong and fit does not mean we should cast aside the importance of developing these characteristics. This is the cornerstone to becoming a strong man. Other than the obvious outcome of regular physical combat or strength training, an increase in physical strength, your physical strength and fitness has so many other benefits that work synergistically with all other areas of your life. It is just not possible to unlock your full potential without building an intermediate level of physical strength and fitness. The physically strong and fit develop a bigger frame and better posture, which both radiate confidence. Once you have reached a level to your satisfaction, intrinsic confidence will follow. Conquering the physical strength and fitness challenges that you set for yourself will give you more confidence to chase bigger challenges in the real world. It builds mental strength as you push yourself to the upper limits of human strength. A strong man opens doors for himself where others cannot, both literally and figuratively. Having physical strength and fitness in your arsenal can be extremely useful. You may not ever need to use it, but the understanding that you can tap into it at any time will allow you to make decisions with more confidence and peace of mind. The whole point is to have it available at any time, just in case you have to use it. When you are strong, you will behave completely differently to when you are weak. As military strategist Sun Tzu says in The Art of War, appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. The benefit to actualizing strength lays far more in the psychological than in the physical. The change in approach will result in more rationality. You will make better decisions with less fear of the physical consequences because you can hold your own if the situation calls for it. This increased confidence will improve your leadership ability. People don't respect a leader that has a weak physical presence. On an unconscious level, men are looking to be led by a man with a strong physical presence. The best example of this is in military. No sergeant respects a superior who is not capable of physical combat. This tendency is instinctive. All men in the Paleolithic era knew that surrounding themselves by other strong men meant survival. This instinct transfers into the corporate workforce, into politics, and into team sports. Today's modern conveniences mean that there is rarely a use for physical violence, but on an unconscious level, men won't respect a man who is physically inadequate. This extends over to women too. Women look positively towards men with physical strength. They have evolved to do this. Our ancestresses knew that the best chance of survival for them and their offspring was to give sexual access to the men with the highest levels of physical strength and fitness. This is why women are typically drawn to men with a lean physique and upper body strength. Not only could these men defend them from the beasts in the animal kingdom, but they could also extract more resources from the surrounding environment. This ensured their survival. Although the environment has changed, the reptilian brain and the instincts of men and women are forever stamped into our primitive mind. Developing physical strength and fitness will see you have more fulfilling relationships, sexual, intimate, and platonic. People will have increased levels of respect for you and will be more inclined to yield to you if you are a leader. The most notable transcription of physical strength and fitness is its effect on the human brain. Exercise radically increases the assimilation of nutrients and aids in the elimination of metabolic waste from your lymphatic system and pushes toxic waste out of the body. Intense physical activity causes the pituitary gland to release its own painkillers in response to the trauma caused by the intense physical exercise. These chemicals are called endorphins, which is a contraction of the word endogenous morphine. This chemical is a natural opioid, which can induce a high similar to morphine, which will improve your mood. Above everything else, movement develops the brain more than anything that we do as children. This is the most important reason to develop your physical strength and fitness. More movement means more brain development, and research confirms this. Movement is fundamental to our brain's development and our own survival. This is increasingly important the younger you are. At several stages of your life, there are critical periods where humans are primed for brain growth and development. The brain goes through its first rapid maturation phase in the months before and after birth. This is known as myelinogenesis, where the myelin sheath is forming. This rapid maturation phase enables children to learn movement, language, and binocular vision. During this stage of life, the brain produces far more neurons than it can use, which results in inefficient brain function and clumsiness. The brain prunes the synapses that allow the neurons to transmit messages. This pruning of unused circuits serves to increase brain efficiency. Unless the neurons are used, they are pruned. After this pruning, learning new skills becomes significantly harder. A second maturation phase occurs throughout later childhood and early adolescence. Again, the brain will prune unused neuronal circuits to maximise efficiency. This second maturation phase does not end until around 25, after which brain development becomes so much harder. Limiting the time that you spent dedicated to physical strength and fitness will result in more neurons being pruned forever. Once the brain is fully mature, exercise delays the formation of many diseases prevalent in modern times. It combats the obvious diseases such as obesity, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. But high amounts of physical activity also protect against diseases of the brain such as Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, dementia, schizophrenia, Tourette's syndrome, autism, ADHD, depression, anxiety, and insomnia. Aerobic exercise increases the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is involved in neurogenesis, the process by which new neurons are generated. BDNF also encourages existing connections, which increases cognitive function and delays the onset of disease. A good level of physical strength and fitness means that you have good physical and mental performance at a higher level and over a longer time frame. This will result in a better quality of life over the long term and more success as you age. In fact, exercise prevents against aging too. Exercise delays the fraying of your telomeres, the hardened tips holding your DNA in a strand. This delays your DNA from becoming damaged for longer, prolonging your life. Fraying of your telomeres is linked to a weakened immune system and higher rates of chronic disease such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and osteoporosis, so anything that delays their fraying is great for anti-aging. Your prescription for physical strength and fitness is to do a minimum of 5 hours per week of high-intensity exercise. Unleash fury daily in the gym, under a barbell, or in a boxing ring to relieve stress, anxiety, and pent-up aggression. In addition to this prescription, you should also adopt the same attitude that our ancestors had to physical activity. Physical strength and fitness is about movement too, not just exercise. People who exercise for 1 hour per day only exercise 4% more than people who don't exercise. If you concentrate your life around movement rather than exercise, you will lead a far more physically active life. Much of the reason behind the high rate of centenarians in Sardinia is attributed to their attitude to movement. They take every opportunity to move more. They incorporate exercise into their daily tasks by taking the stairs, walking to the shops, and so on. Most Sardinians are active daily, right up until they die. They are unencumbered by the slowing down that ageing does to us in the West. Although I'm a fully qualified PT, this is not just another fitness channel. It's a channel based on self-improvement. For those interested in beginning a fitness journey, be careful of who you take advice from. There are plenty of dodgy, ill-informed personal trainers in the fitness industry. I recommend sourcing your fitness information for free from popular YouTubers who have built a solid foundation. Remember, the evidence is in their popularity. Seek out strong fitness influencers who aren't vain and who are interested in the science behind fitness. As a start, I recommend Jeff Nippard, Jeff Cavalier, Nick Strength and Power, and Vitruvian Physique. Links to those channels in the description. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 21, I'll be talking about why you should spend time alone between relationships. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.